I had just gone through a pretty gnarly breakup. I was addicted to weed, so I was really not in a good headspace whatsoever. And I've gotten through it, and I wanted to help people who are going through the same thing deal with their emotions. So that's basically where I started out. I started out as wanting to help people. My videos were going viral every time because I was the first person to actually talk on TikTok. Every other video on TikTok at the time was just dancing and shit. So I was like the first person to use it for something other than that. So every video would go viral. So once that started to happen, I started actually needed to plan. You know, I was like, okay, well, where do I go from here? So it started out with a genuine intention. If you don't have genuine intentions, while it can work for you, it may just be a little harder to work for you because people can feel the energy. So before we get started with anything, before I go into the depth about anything, you need to have this figured out, why you want to do it. I know Ethan's intention is he wants to help people build a relationship with God. That's great. That is a great intention behind starting social media. And then once you have people that really align with your message, they trust you. That is so important, is gaining people's trust. And that is not something that you take lightly. All of you who are watching this, trust me. And I don't take that lightly whatsoever. And once you have people's trust, that's far more valuable than any monetary figure. Because now that you have their trust, you could launch several different businesses that they would be happy to invest in, happy to partake in, but you really only have one shot. And if you really don't give someone a good experience their first time working with you, whether that be buying merch, buying a course, whatever it is, they're likely not going to do it again. So the fact that all of you guys are here watching this after I've dropped 10 different communities really means something to me, and it makes me happy. So you have to have a good intention. We shouldn't be making people famous that don't deserve to be famous. But let me be clear. You don't need to be famous. In fact, you shouldn't want to be famous. You don't want to deal with all these people recognizing you out in public and having public relationships that everyone knows all of your business. You don't want to deal with that. You want to provide value to the world and help 10,000 people. If you can help 10,000 people, your life will change. And that should be your intention. You should be like, I genuinely want to connect with 10,000 people, build a community of like-minded individuals, solve this problem, help people get healthier, help people build a relationship with God, and then the money will follow once you have a good intention. So I want you to take a couple minutes after this video and sit down and journal